The PL Show is brought to you by Kel Charcoal, Kel 360, and Kel Kids Toothpaste. Hello there, it's good to see you here on the PL Show. The PL Show is brought to you kind courtesy the Kel Toothpaste brands, Kel 360, Kel Charcoal, and Kel Kids. I am Keminni Amanor, and in this special edition we call the Business and Discovery, we'll bring you the story of our sponsors, Samara Company Limited, how they are changing lives with their products, but we'll also tell you the story of this young, beautiful woman who is doing wonders, putting beautiful outfits on our feet. That's a story we'll hear later. Right now, however, let's invite Gilbert Donkor, marketing manager of Samara Company. I see you're already holding your products.
Yes.
But anyway, round of applause for Gilbert. Anyway, it's good to see you. Is this the magic wonder, the 80 gram?
Yes, this is a new introduction and it's working magic on trade.
I can tell that because you're always, holding it and then telling us about it. Why don't you take a seat? You're welcome to the Kel Toothpaste PL Show.
Thanks for having me.
And I'm so happy to be saying that all the time. When we come back, we'll talk a bit more about products, but more importantly, how the product can change the lives of people who want to do business. You're watching the Kel Toothpaste PL Show. We'll be right back.
Anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath.
I'm a fat missy way.
Pacho Bantama.
Matias.
It's her smile.
The fresh breath.
Me, Gidi said we used to Kel 360 toothpaste. Semi-kind.
Kel 360 toothpaste.
Guys, Kia, Kel 360 toothpaste. It's a gum protector.
Onim Jom Kasan. Kile Kosen. Kel 360 did the way. It's cool mint. Gives me fresh breath and your confidence booster.
And you will see so feeling when you know Kel 360 toothpaste.
Happy smile.
Kel 360 toothpaste, anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath. Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome back. It's still the Kel Toothpaste PL Show. I'm so glad you could make it in time for our conversation with Samara Company Limited. With me in the studio is Gilbert Donkor. He's marketing manager at Samara Company Limited. Remember that the show is brought to you kind courtesy the Kel Toothpaste brands, Kel Kids, Kel 360, and Kel Charcoal. And guess who brings those on the market? Samara Company Limited. But we'll get to that. Let me tell you about Kel Kids. If you're looking for something suitable for the children to use day and night, then find Kel Kids toothpaste. It's strawberry flavored. It's FDA approved and Tinokonako Toby for your children. Anyway, Gilbert, Obi Oha no person start here Juma, but ebi anisi can also.
Okay.
But when who say Kel products a copa and she share ben na wo ho masani pa.
Okay, first of all, Oshe business structure na you're operating FMCG, fast moving consumer goods. You're scaling it down to household products. Into Oshe trade model now. You try to be creative visibility of our product so that people can tap into it. Because we are the brand owners and we are not representing any principals. So it's in our interest to popularize the brand. Right. People can tap into it and so make it visible on trade. So if I say, call big supermarket and a friend modern trade, we are available. And over second one, filling stations, we are available. Those ones we do placement because a trade requirement to enhance visibility. But over from now, that's where we have the small shops, small containers, other tabletop. You don't need a lot of capital. Once you maybe we no be change. Oh, me pay scarcity business. So you can say now pay 10,000. It depends on the space you want to operate in. But Samara, based on our business model, we are between here. Me fan say, Ukra, we are 500 Ghana cedis. You know my call. You know money in us call. Better sa kakra. What to Kel Kids kakra. What to Charcoal kakra.
With 500 cedis.
You are buying in bits because our structure doesn't allow us to sell in bulk for everybody. So we break bulk. Me fan say offer toothpaste now. It's a pack of 6. So you can buy 1 pack and start selling. no ako 2 packs. Based on how it runs out for you, no, then replenish the stock and sell. Buy whatever you can buy. You don't need to have a lot of cash on you
To be able to
stock
do that.
and sell. And we can promise you, whatever you invest in Samara, gradually you grow and become big.
On average, how long na ebia me de misika be shema menya misika na back? What is it like?
It depends, because normally what we do is we advise based on the model you run. We tell you how much to stock and what volumes of goods to stock, so that it doesn't lock up your capital. So for you, the turnout is fast, profit is fast, and the replacement is also fast. So if your capacity is to sell 500 CDs or 200 CDs a week, we won't tell you to stock more, because at the end of the day, you are at the point to determine growth. In the end, say what are they 200 within 1 week? Asa, a month for baby, sir, 2 or 3 days, maybe a day or two, vanning buyer. How do you are losing out sales? Until gradually, where you set, you also analyze your business and tell me, okay, Mr. Gilbert or Mr. Dennis or any of our sales vans, we started with 200, and then Mama me 300. So you see growth at your end because the brand is popular. You see our billboards, you see our adverts, you see our islands and all that. The brand is popular, take out it fast. So it's better on you to stock more so that you level yourself in between out stock and in stock. You don't lose our sales.
Out stock and in stock near time obe ebesan wo ha Samara DB beba. Now way they say I very Bruni Becca said technical. Into the more training Emma retailers nana to be able to understand the business as you have explained it, how it moves. Said they almost on bit to me in such a way say they prepare for our stock and in stock. So they were explaining it.
So the first training starts with our staff. When the salespeople, when they are on target, their model is to achieve their target. So they will do dumping. They will come and dump the products on you. You are finding difficult to sell. So we tell them to spread across. As they are spreading across, they're also advising you on how much you also stock. Because at the end of the day, he comes to your route once in a week. He expects to get business from you. So we are overstock you are. No buying that won't talk. 2 weeks won't talk. Maybe a month you buy once because we have stock. But it's in the interest of the salesperson to always supply you when he comes. So that's when the outstock and in-stock comes in. And then the Michael Kate Nassau, Mammy 2 packs. Now I'm Chaco back home. No about that, remember Tuesday, okay, and they'll buy. So this how, so they don't dump.
I see.
They do actual sales.
The training starts with sales people.
Yes, salespeople.
I see.
So for me, when we go on trade, I also ask you, why do you have a lot of culture? Looking at the business model you run. Maybe Keminni Otimi area on auto pack. Into one himself, SASS pack way there and other ones. So you can plan your sales and also organize yourself and also check your profitability level in terms of our product and the range that you sell.
And why does Samara take, or it's very intentional and takes special interest in retail mamono? Why is that important to Samara?
They are partners. Because when they are alive, we are alive. When they are dead, the business doesn't exist. So their survival is our survival. So we make sure that every point in time, we seek their interest through feedback, complaints, and everything. And we also factor in our model of work and business. So they are the lifeline and blood of the business. So when they die, where are we taking our products to? So they are very important partners for us that we also want to cherish and rod across the trade channels.
No, Rebecca says, is there no more network now? How large it is? An American retailer network now. How large is it?
A retail network cannot be static because it keeps growing
all the time.
So we have to meet the growing patterns. When you're growing up, there used to be one supermarket in the area. But now how many do you see before you leave your... even along the street you drive, today there will be a shop here. It used to be a barbering shop. Or Chanom, there is a supermarket. So every business, every structure is important to us. Our coverage is...
What can you tell somebody who has such a concern?
I think our business model, as I said, FMCG, but we have scaled down to household and family-oriented company. Because if you check our product portfolio, there's nobody who keeps insecticide or laundry or toothpaste on their grocery list. It's a necessity than a need. You can even build your house, bulletproof wall, everything. But when mosquitoes or cockroaches start disturbing you, you remember Sasso or Roma. So that's the necessity because you need it at that point in time to solve your problem. 2, you wake up early morning, you might want to brush your teeth and oral care, we are covered. When you want to look out and step out nice, you need Feco. So those are the places we want to do. We are always on top of the mind with you so that you remember it's on your shopping list and all that. Yeah.
And a list of more products and so now bono.
Yeah.
Feco, Sasso, Roma. And Kale brands.
Yeah.
Na Sasso so comes Sasso ni Roma and so you want a coil and you want a spray.
Yeah.
But Sasso ni Roma the difference being the womb.
Oh, Sasso no lemon fragrant and Roma is rose. Amount in ham. But I will feed them 15 minutes and so. What means spray now name?
The fact say we are man interested spray not name. I see.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. While we are on the subject of retail and feedback on them, moje feedback from retailers. Now, more customers and so moje feedback from customers. What are they telling you about your products?
Oh, for them, one main concern will be frequency of visits from area now or no shopping one. Maybe are not sales for no alcohol. So those ones they say because the thing is urgent and they want to buy, but the salesperson hasn't visited there. So those feedback we get it, put it in our concerns and plan our feedback and product packaging, labeling and all that. But we product to about SMO there no. They will take recognition of that and purchase samples on trade and also monitor how they are packaging. Because people would copy. So people want to, when you're a market leader, you're open for attack from anywhere. So we're also on the look for similarity, copying and everything. And some customers are too loyal. Move to me first, say, oh, obi de bibia be to say SMO there no. So that's a feedback we get from them and we appreciate them for that.
I see. And the customer feedback ne mamode kel charcoal no 80 gram ne buy nana.
I know one. But 2 no, it was supposed to extend the brand coverage to other areas. Once I need to make I say obi a niska bia that hodi be business. Ebi a person to a pack of 150 gram. Charcoal no ko ba wu niska be to pack. So the 80 gram is convenient for you to stock. When you start 80 gram na ekono, we save kakra na we dey at 150 no. Then so it's supposed to open up our distribution coverage, reach the new inquiries we can enter, and also make sure that we put the brand on top of the mind. And it's convenient.
Yeah.
Like more of a travel pack, and also for first time users. Also be our advert, you know.
Yeah.
When who island, when who will be best of try. Or they mean to mean 150 na mean try. I mean to 80 gram no. Or try na commander, then we're back to 150. So it's more strategic for us for placement, for visibility and distribution.
Feco no as yes you who market so kakra. MCC ohono fana your viewers in who says no asayaba. When did they come back to the market?
Oh, we had stock I think last quarter of last year. And then we are in town. So
you are in town. And you see obi hwehwa because Feco Diana a customer favorite in terms of wrinkle free ironing.
Yeah.
And as I fena kakra. What happened? And as you see na ye hwehwa ye be ko hene ya kwa akonya.
Oh, see anu we ko bia benye bio.
Okay, anywhere
you can get it.
Okay, and is this still as good as it was before Icon? Because sometimes FMCGs ni bi wo ho no mu free market kakra na e bape na e lose ne quality na e wo ho first no. What can you tell us about this product?
I think after 3 decades Samara has been known for quality first. We don't compromise. Okay, come with last time, you know. Make sure say companies you are they don't eat or consume what they produce. But we are first consumers before customers. So nothing has changed. The old Feco, you know, is the same Feco.
And one are the iron We appreciate that. As we wind down on the conversation, what would be your final thoughts, final words to retailers, more wholesalers, customers, potential ones?
I think in the first place, we want to be appreciative of them for sticking with us all these years. Because as I initially said, they are the lifeblood of the company. When they are down, we are down. So since we also want to be up with them, this year we'll do a lot of trade engagement with them, sponsorship, programs. We have some exciting POS materials and other things coming. We will assure them all year round stock to make them very profitable and also continue doing business
Indeed.
with us.
And they will also be in business. Gilbert, that's to say, Obaye.
So me that say.
Gilbert Donkor, a marketing manager, it was Samara Company Limited. But before Obekono, Gilbert, we appreciate what Samara does for us. Inti yes, we have show appreciation kakra. Inti no. Na if a special guest buy a show so na ya mano ye magano. Inti mpacho faculty office emame. Because me pese me ba office na me nyati no because magi ni ho. Inti whatever the case is, no make sure say inti no it's your office for. Thank you so much and thank you for coming.
Thank you
it's
too.
always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Inti no as I have been telling you from the beginning of the show, no ye ni rababia or ye mpabwa or ye shoemaker. How many of you can say Saint Mpabwa or Shewana or ye? That is her story and we'll share it on Discovery. Don't go away.
Hello, my friends. My name is Kids Toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, chicky whiter, chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Kids, happy smile.
Welcome back. With me is a woman. Makacho dada. Mpabwa na osheno. Enye wana oyeye. But for her, she wears what she makes. Edna Frimpong, the shoemaker girl, is my next guest. You're welcome.
Thank you, Keminni.
And you look lovely.
Thank you so much.
You're so beautiful.
Thank you.
So you made the shoe you're wearing?
Yeah.
Let me see. Lift your legs so that I see. Oh, nice. What do you call this one?
So, let me call it shoe for the shoeless, because this one is basically made for kids who do not have good shoes.
Oh.
So I just give to them for free.
Amazing.
Yeah. Currently, we've done 90 pair of shoes so far in 3 regions.
Wow.
I'm aiming to do 1,000 pair of shoes.
You're looking to do 1,000 pair of shoes for free. Yeah. How do you fund to that?
Through people and my company, Ahofade, we are in more of social selling. So whilst we are in business for profit, percentage of each pair of shoe goes into.
You don't say. Yeah. I see. But why shoemaking? Because shoemaking there, I don't know. Why shoemaking? Talk to me about that.
First of all, my dad is a shoemaker. And I had the chance to live with him, grow up with him. And eventually, I mean, I went to work with him and all that. He will send you. And
so your dad makes shoes? Yeah. I see.
Yeah, and then I grew up with him my entire life. And I get to learn the skill. When he sent me, do this, and he wasn't thinking you were a girl, but I was working on it, and eventually I got the skill. But while I was working with him, I realized that this stigma that comes with women in shoemaking, and not just that, any field that looks like less glamorous. And okay. But if I succeed in this field, I think I'll get some mileage. So why don't I strive to succeed in such field? And so I went to school purposely to read communications and PR, so that I'll be able to use that as a tool to create the awareness.
Wow, that's smart. When did you make your first shoe with your dad?
I think after secondary school.
Okay.
Yeah, and I came back Because when I was going to secondary school, I used to buy hammer, glue, because people's sandals will get on Ashimata sandals, and I used to repair them on campus.
Oh, so you were the official, you were the official shoemaker on campus.
If you don't do that, you're not getting.
Or shoe repairer. At that point, you were shoe repairer.
Yes,
I see.
Yes, and it was helpful. So when I came back, and literally I could do everything on the job alone. So yeah, it was that simple for me to do.
Wow. What's the name of your business again? What do you call it? Ahofade.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I said, oh, foul.
Oh, I see. Just a wafa. And our Okay, I like that.
Thank you.
Ahofade. What was that experience like?
When there's no lecture in the class, and I make sure I move from desk to desk. Oh, Charlie, I have some glue. And pop one here for Ramayama. And I'm like, hey, open skull. When you say that's my TNT back home, and so I mean they'll bring it, especially the guys. They'll give it to me, and then on weekends, when everybody has gone for SU and all that, I'll sit at the corner and I make sure I glue all the sandals. And people will come, so who has brought glue to this dormitory? And they'll scream, and I was like, oh, it's Edna.
Which school? Which school?
Adontin Senior High School.
And now we are Adontin Senior High School official cobbler. Now we call class to class, and now just say, hey, now you're Coco shoemaker.
Oh God.
I like that. But at 15, 16. I know that you had learned the skill from your dad. But sanka wuko school because at that age then for a lot of young people. But now they also go pescan and now you're shoemaker. How did you even find the opportunity to start with?
So there's a saying that what pursues you determines how you run. Yeah. Not even be free but so one for say any year and Bible said or straw brown your boy. And so I had that earlier. You know, sometimes the life experiences will make you strong, even at the younger age. And say, and I was okay. Me say me free university now. Me go schools. Me free access. Me go university straight. So why don't I capitalize on this shoemaking? And me poppy was shopper, and people are passing by and they see me doing the hammering at first lights, carnation and they'll be looking at me. It's like, why are people looking at me like this? Maybe one day when I venture into this field, I'll get a lot of buzz around me. So why don't I? So I think that was one thing that piqued my interest in that. Let me focus on this industry and let's see what we'll do.
I've heard you say a couple of times where you're coming from, baby, I'm a fever. Nafie nyana.
Hey, Keminni. Yeah, Keminni. And so you have to find your ways and means to make sure God will help you. And God also bless those who are putting the much effort. So I had to put in the effort so that God will have mercy on me.
Amazing. And this year now, I'm one now. Oh yeah, I'm koko school. Oh glue, I'm shoes. No manner. I mean, when they see you today, what did they tell you?
And recently one said, "Hey, Edna, this thing," and I do a dress is here. And I mean, like, you're doing this thing, but look at where you are. The shoemaking rather taking you more higher than just the education that you went to. And I'm like, that's life.
And you were secondary school, no? And I'll call you there.
Me were secondary school. No, say me say Jumano. Maybe I know, but I was the NGO and my scholarship. No, it was up to secondary school.
That is a scholarship now. They call secondary school. Okay.
So I was hoping, say maybe when I'm done, I'll get to work with them. But unfortunately, my other colleagues be on. So we a check a crack. So I had to go and work to the shop again. And then I was there, and they called me say, "Oh, I'll move because school, so I have to come back and be the program coordinator." And so I went back to the NGO because I wanted more money. And then I was working there. It was so good. And then COVID also came. And then my boss friend me say, "They do the scanning laboratory maybe." Yeah. So we have to. But then he will support me pay my that term school, university school. And after my university, mo GIJ.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So I be make sure that my first semester and my year in school fee. So no problem. But and I'm so okay. Then so one day I was sitting and I have to go back to my first love, the shoemaking, because then I went see. I think some me wore pictures, poppy age my wider. I want my phone so. I'm so. I'm sure I'm posting WhatsApp on shares. I mean, young coffee.
Yeah, but no home come. But you know the transition between secondary school and university. You know, at that point, you know, no wouldn't say obey shoemaker, and I say na open for aye to support the home.
Not me say shoemaker no really seriously, but I know say one day I'll come back to that shoemaker because my dad never learned the skill when it was a gift, not shoes or counter. And so we said then it was God gift to him, and I won't let that gift leave the family, right? Because I was the first child, and so I have to make sure I carry that legacy of that shoe. No, so that was something that I meant to do. One day I will make sure I will take the shoemaking. And I remember when he used to work, man being the customer being and people would say one day because just come and people will say, I mean, we've done slipper shoe for you, chase so okay. Up to now, if my dad, because I see people doing shoemaking, I'm the dredge, I'm sit down and all that. But I wasn't seeing results with my dad. It's like, no, but I mean, if I enter into this field, I'll make sure I take the next level.
And so in your mind, no, Ubeko University, then you make a company out of your father's business. I see. And I'll call university, now I'll call communication. Into your communication, was there a time when Abielka said, perhaps it maybe I mean the journalism, ni PR, ni chikakara, because it's glamorous.
Yeah. No. Maybe there are environments in Ghana, you know. I mean, we know that unemployment is near high, so there has to be an escape route. And then again, communication, and you say, even your own self, you can use it. And so it's like, why? So no investment. I'm so okay. I could use this skill, what I'm learning here, the brand and everything, and use it to market myself or the business that I'm going to venture.
You got your light bulb moment while you were in the university.
So why don't I? And even in school, when lecturer come to class, introduce yourself and everybody's mentioned. And it was a weekend school, so I go to school on weekends. Now me the week na Juma. I
see.
And so and we were grown-ups, police and all that. So yeah, I can say introduce you mama. So me Edna or a shoemaker girl. And a way of also using to advertise myself and all that, and a pitch, and everybody in the school knows that Edna, I know you're shoemaker.
You're so courageous. You're so brave because I mean, thanks be to God, no. Path and and you knew what to do with your path, and thanks to your dad for that.
So we do slippers, sandals, boots like this one, Chelsea, brogues, and sometimes the client also comes with its own design. So design.
Now your heels and
we don't do it unless we're repairing the talking. Yeah. So sometimes the client also come with its own design. Yeah, well, last now we will do it. If you don't have it, we won't do it. Because of diversification, we also introduce other products. Because Ahofade, and so we want to make it more of Ghana thing. So we have smocks where we have people who weaved the smocks for us. So we have jewelries and all that as well.
I see. Until Ahofade no, Uriye University no, and I will start Ahofade.
It wasn't after during the
university. Now we are Ahofade because we can shop now. Now we can say we call that the shop.
Yeah, was that the shop?
Was that the shop? Yeah. Until see Ahofade and kasa one shop.
Where we have a physical shop too, a showroom at Spinters.
Oh, I see.
And then we have a factory at Keminni.
At Keminni. Yeah. Okay. And say, Ahofade no, what school no? You were working out of.
So when I was school, now I was working alone.
You were working alone.
Until I met other young people who were also doing something in my own interest, and then we have to come back together and form the Ahofade. So I might have the skill.
So you have partners.
Yeah, I have partners. So I have the skill of shoemaking. Someone is good in business strategy, financing, and
how did you put all these people together?
So I think that there's this principle I go by: can two work together? Is in the Bible unless they agree. And so if there's no agreement, we can never work together. And there was an agreement. They are all picked in Ghana made, and it's like, okay, why don't we put our forces together and see if we can make it grow? Because you can't do it all alone by yourself. It's a be a cambo. And it really, I don't think I will much move further. But yeah.
And then we are partners saying,
we are
three partners. Everybody is playing their role.
Everybody plays
and
their
our
role.
own shoemaker, one out designing shoes and all that.
Yeah, but it's not only me. We have other shoemakers. We have recruiting more because of expanding. We get a lot of orders, so we have to get more shoemakers on board.
And this year, why employ Crawford Bear saying?
So currently, direct employees, we have like 10. But when we bring the shoemakers, like our source shoemakers, we could more than 20.
More than 20. But who can say no? Before you started, no, who used to order the pictures or your shoes?
Yeah.
Tell me about that story.
So now me call school no. Saturdays like this, I wasn't having good phone to take good pictures. Until my colleague with David, my course rep, or team area, team my friends, oh bro, maybe I job phone and I'm trap pictures, in power shop. And then it's no problem. Me come conjure one of this phone, na my back shop. Mama, one of the president pictures. It also na manya me lecture be like I say could be social media accounts.
Yeah.
All across all the platforms, but LinkedIn, and me taking it serious. Even though when I was but I took it serious, and I was okay. What I mean, share same post pictures and then what I say because me appear actually na, and I me posted them say for energy them and so that was it. And the whole na a big requirement. The platform really opened up the doors for me.
I see. We'll start to say we'll post wow. The sheer grit and determination of your story is very inspiring.
Thank you.
And you know, and now into years I know before I'll be your partners, right? And then your company is all over the place. On average, you know, annually, more your shoes be you saying?
I mean, the target is that every month producing 40 pair of shoes.
Oh,
January.
I see. Orders and he funny feedback. Accra here
apart from I think Accra. And then UK, US, and most of the times too. First, not most of we the employees know, we bring in more of the clients and all that. But now we also utilize the social media really well, art and all that. So that's where we are getting more of the leads from. And yeah, it's working.
Amazing. And we pray that it continues to go that way. Tell me some of the principles that you work with as a young person to be able to manage a business like yours.
I think one of the things that I learned from my team members was excellence. So when people are coming to buy a shoe, they're not buying because she's a lady or the gender card, because she's giving you value for money. And so excellence, I know people understand excellence. And see, that was one of the key principles. And that thing is patience. Some days you're not getting clients, which is normal, but some days you get boom. And if you know where you are going, the vision drives whatever you are doing. So yeah, excellence, vision, and patience. If you're not patient, trust me, you give up.
You give up. It can get tough.
Yeah.
We'll hear the tough stories. We'll hear the tough stories soon. But let's take a look at what it means to be a shoemaker girl. We caught up with you at your store now. She said, "One person now ye kiko na ana now and as is your you because you're a manager." Is your you?
Oh, not actively because I have a lot of things to do as well.
You have a lot.
I have public speaking. The shoemaking is bringing public speaking. Today you are here to speak to people, to empower people. Today you are here doing other things.
And we'll talk about all that in a bit. Let's take a look at Edna in 360.
Meet Edna Frimpong, affectionately known as the Shoemaker Girl, a visionary entrepreneur reshaping Ghana's shoemaking industry with purpose and passion. With a foundation in social work through 8 impactful years at the non-profit SSEP, Edna blends craftsmanship with compassion. She is the author of the motivational book, The Shoemaker Girl, co-founder of Ahufade, a fashion brand that celebrates authentic Ghanaian design and a shining example of what it means to lead with heart. Her dedication to both crafts and community has earned her recognition as one of Ghana's 40 under 40 in shoemaking and the title of Youngest Iconic Female Shoemaker by West Lion Co. Her mission, Shoes for the Shoeless, aims to provide 1,000 pairs of shoes to children in undeserved communities, a powerful symbol of walking in purpose. Edna Frimpong is not just making shoes, she's making history, inspiring young women to step boldly into their dreams, one soul at a time.
So that's Edna there for you, showing us what she does best. Just say, "Onankasa ye kiko crap." But Edna, umpa one that way.
I try.
My main shay is we no friend is saying. What do you call
this?
This
A Chelsea boot.
Sabatame, and I'm also there. Chelsea, this is fantastic. And you know, what challenges would you say you experience as a young business owner?
Most of the challenges are mostly external. Because high cost of materials.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Today you go to the market, there's an increment of leathers and all that. And you can't increase prices of
just like that.
And your clients will not understand what goes into that. So, yeah, but we find ways and means to go about it as well.
Until we say anything.
This is, it depends on the size. If you wear up to size 40 to 44, it's 520.
Okay.
Yeah, but from 45 also have its own price.
And all of these things are locally sourced.
Yeah,
got right here.
Yes.
Which means that's the whole creative dream. Fantastic. If you're just joining us, Edna Frimpong, the Shoemaker Girl, is my guest on the special edition of Kel PL show. Now let me tell you about Kel 360 toothpaste. It's truly a game changer for the entire family. FDA approved and safe for both adults and children as young as 6 years old. This toothpaste delivers comprehensive oral care for everyone. It doesn't just brighten your teeth or smile, it also protects your gums, fights cavities, and keeps your breath fresh all day long. Edna, what come daddy son and mommy so way?
Okay.
Okay.
But because I grew up with my dad, it's not
Alright.
the bias will be there small, but it's she's also there.
I see. How do you think your upbringing impacted the choices that you made?
It really played a role, especially with the dad side. I believe that if I didn't stay with him, I don't think I would find myself in this part. Yeah, it wasn't. It wouldn't have happened at the first place. So I think and the fear of the Lord. I mean, at least I always say, if my daddy never left me anything at all, at least the fear of the Lord, at least it guides me in my journey.
And today here you are, you share your story with others. You say that you have speaking engagements. What do you tell the young people when you go out there to talk to them?
It depends on the topic they give me, but sometimes I talk to them about entrepreneurship, about how you can thrive in a male-dominated industry. Sometimes too, I just share my story for them to encourage them that, if the shoemaker girl is doing it, it's possible that you can also thrive in any field you find yourself in.
And then beginning no casting, your tompabuana, a portion of it goes to charity work. And in Kolana, when you're on pabuano so far, you said 90 pairs. You are looking to do 1,000. Hefane ya den pabuano ko.
So on 1st January, our first donation took place at Esikabiu, the Eastern region somewhere. Yeah, and then the second, my third tipper of shoes. And we also had a company coming on board to also distribute other things to them. And then the second day, 2nd January, we went to Atechedo in the Winneba Road. Yeah, also did 30. And on my birthday, that was 14th February, I also did.
Girl.
I just went to Sankpala, nothing part.
I see.
That one, I didn't go. I had to let one of my volunteers take over. So in case I'm not around, it can also run. So I'm sure I'm on course. I'm also okay. We know it can also the shoot for the shoot will still run, and that's leadership.
Indeed, that's the way Valentina. Edna Valentina Frimpong, the Shoemaker Girl. Your story is so beautiful.
Thank you.
And see, for young people who are watching you, and they think that my story is very similar to hers. You know, I'm interested in a less glamorous business, a male-dominated business. What would you say to them?
I know it will be difficult, it will be tough, but they have to believe that they can do it. Secondly, like I said already, people will buy. Especially if you're a woman, you are so much blessed and lucky in this generation. Everything is about the woman. And so whatever field you are good at, if it's male-dominated, make sure you take it seriously. Utilize social media. If nobody is giving you the space, the opportunity, create your own. We have plenty platforms you can start building on. And when people see, the right people will see you and they will give you the platform you are looking for. And finally, make sure you put in your best so that when people are buying, they won't say it was a girl who did it. It's somebody who did it. It's not about girl, male. People will not buy because you're a female, but they are buying because the product is worth the amount or worth the value. So go out there and shine.
And now you're a pace setter, and we are happy to have invited you here on the show.
Thank you.
But before we let you go, we have our own present for you. Edna, this is a present from our sponsors to you.
Thank you.
So you would see from here that we have the Sasso and Roma mosquito spray. This is Feco. We have the Kale Charcoal, Kel 360 Kel kits, and then we also have the mosquito coil. And this is my favorite.
Thank you.
The PL show. So you add this to your many recognitions, plaques, awards that will. Have you had any awards so far?
Yeah.
Oh, which ones?
So I have the Ghana Grows by MasterCard and Springboard Roadshow Foundation, Young Innovator, and then 40 under 40, the shoemaking in that sector, and then top 30 under 30 women doing so well in the country by West Lion Co.
Yeah.
At the same time, youngest female shoemaker by West Lion Co. A lot.
Hey, Edna. Fabi Bremi. Edna, you're a queen.
Thank you.
And you're doing great things and you go places.
Thank
you. This is our recognition of you for the great things that you're doing and the fact that you're destined for greatness and much more to come your way. The brand will go global.
Amen.
And we'll be here to support you. And if it's your office,
thank you so much.
Let it bring in more funding for your business and more customers. Edna, please give me a hug. It's so nice to see you. And I'm so glad to have made your acquaintance and you sharing your story with me. Thank you so much. I hope to see you same time next week on this channel on the Kel Toothpaste PL show. Remember, it's brought to you by the Kel Toothpaste brands Kel 360, Kel Case, and Kel Charcoal. And remember, now Kel Charcoal, you don't only have the 150 gram, but you have the 80 gram. It brings you the same goodness of removing toxins from your mouth, keeping your breath fresh all day, all night long. Premium toothpaste, and you don't have to spend all of your money in the bank on it. It's also affordable yet so quality in its content. My makeup is by Cover DH, experts in beauty. I'm Keminni Amanor. I'll see you same time next week. Bye-bye.